Oh. Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. My parents, they owned retail stores back in the day. And so my sisters and I, after school and in the summers, we worked in the stores voluntarily. And when there were not customers and we were feeling bored, we would play a game called SOS. This is a game about dots and lines. The term SOS factually means save our souls. When a ship is in distress, they send an SOS, correct? I feel when all of us came to really understand and appreciate the coronavirus, we all sent out an SOS. The fear of the unknown was damaging our mental health, our physical health. And Meaningful Mornings was a response to that SOS. Think about what we're doing right now. How steadily and sincerely we are studying Sri Krishna's hand that's being offered to us. Sometimes I think Meaningful Mornings is not related to an SOS. It is an SMS. It has saved my soul. I'm approaching having not traveled for more than 2 years. And it is because of all of you that I've been engaged in more sadhana and more seva. A jiva, defined as individuality, is one who feels they are the karta, doer. Because they feel this, they're also a bhokta, a deserver, which means they are living in samsara. What that feels like is they're spinning. The one who does and deserves is one who spins. Shri Krishna, in chapter 2, verse 47, shares with us the icon teaching on Karma Yoga, which earlier on, we have explored this before Bhagavad Gita, we defined as the intention path. This is where one shifts from spinning to directing. You start to direct your actions. Just think of a car. If a car is spinning, you're not supposed to wildly turn the wheel. Start to direct that steering wheel. In the next verse, 248, Shri Krishna describes what will happen when one starts to direct themselves more and more and more. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga is felt as samatvam, balancing. Vivek is spinning. Shri Krishna shared, engage in directing. If you engage in directing, you will feel balancing. Now fast forward 3 chapters. Chapter 5, verse 19, Sri Krishna has stated, Nirdosham samam Brahma. Infinity is of the nature of oneness, which naturally means of the nature of balance. Balance is only needed in two-ness and more. Think of a teeter-totter or a seesaw. Balance is only needed when 2 people are on that. If I'm sitting on that by myself, no balance is needed. Therefore, Karma Yoga is leading one to infinity. Adding more details here. Sadhana is defined as means. If there's a means, there's an end. There naturally is a beginning means and a ending or advanced means. Our beginning means is called Bahi Karana Sadhana. The idea being to balance our outer world. Our outer world is our lifestyle and our bodies, our breath. I'm specifically zooming in on breath. Many organizations and many teachers, they feel that breath control is the sadhana. It is the ends means. It is the advanced means. It is not. Do not be tricked. In every silence retreat, I share that there's much more than the breath. That helps us with Anta Karana Sadhana. That is the ends means, the final means. And you will know that you're shifting from balancing the outer world to balancing the inner world when your mind becomes more balanced. When someone tries to provoke you overtly, covertly, you are not provoked. You are balanced. And then you will feel quiet. And when you feel quiet, you will start to have faith. There is silence. But if one never feels quiet, silence is just a word. More thoughts on how the silent live are shared in verse 20. Na prahrishret priyam prapya, no dvijet prapya cha priyam, stira buddhir asammudaha, brahmavid brahmani stitaha. No. Prahrishret rejoices. Priyam prapya, when getting that which is desired, that which is pleasant. The one who is independently joyous does not become more joyous, and what comes into their life is pleasant. Relatedly, na udvajet prapya cha apriyam. For the one who is independently joyous, when what comes into their life is unpleasant, they do not become less independently joyous. Okay, that's the first line. Let me add some more implication. The one who is independently joyous does not have likes and dislikes with the phala or result. This line is highlighting results that come into one's life, pleasant, unpleasant. But if I'm joyous, I don't have likes and dislikes. Labels like pleasant and unpleasant are impotent. Now, why is that? Because one does not have likes and dislikes with their karma. They do not have, this is pleasant karma, this is unpleasant karma. When these labels are erased, it's not called karma then, it's called dharma. Dharma is a responsibility. It's not a likable or dislikable activity. And so, whether it's priya or apriya, it is impotent. Focusing on this word, ud vijet, this will come out most strongly in chapter 12, verse 15. This is one of my most favorite gauges of one who is evolving, following this path. In that verse, Sri Krishna shares, na udvijate loka. The one who is following the path, they're engaged in sadhana, they do not annoy the world. Udvijate means to annoy. Na udvijate loka. They do not annoy the world. And this is followed up by na udvijate lokat. They're not annoyed by the world. Those who are following dharma, they do not annoy the world, and they are not annoyed by the world. Do you see how this ties into the collective challenge we took up to be less annoyed, to be less annoying? How to live this? Be more secure. The more you find self-security, the less you will annoy the world. In my experiences, those who are insecure, they talk too much. In other words, they're noisy, so they're compensating for something that is missing. That's annoying, no? The more secure you are, the less serious you will be about what comes in and out of your life. Why do we take criticism so seriously? Because we take compliments so seriously. That if you don't take compliments so seriously because you're practicing self-security, you will not take criticism so seriously. All connected for everyone. Third quarter, sthira buddhir asammudaha. In chapter 2, verse 7, Prince Arjuna describes himself as mudha. I am well confused. My confusion is baked. And now here Sri Krishna is saying, if you follow what I've taught thus far, you will be asammudaha. You'll be freed from this confusion. In chapter 2, the word that was used in verse 55, sthita prajna. The one who lives with vision. Here the same sentiment is shared, but a different word, sthira buddhi. Their ideal is solid, unshakable. The last quarter, Brahmavit, the one who knows Brahman, Brahmani stitaha, The one who knows Brahman is Brahman. The one who knows infinity is infinity. Verses 16 and now including 20. These are 5 verses that all stem from Jnanena Atmanaha. By knowledge, knowing the right Atma. Knowing who you are, not having an identity crisis. These are the characteristics of those who know who they are. I'd listened to a wonderful thought recently about helping us know who we are. We should feel like we've sold our equipment to Bhagwan or God. Feel that. You sell your equipments, body, breath, mind, intellect, ego, to God. And then what should you do with these equipments? Just manage them. To let go of this feeling of ownership and just manage them. This is a lovely way of us knowing who we are. We are not the doer, we are not the owner. We have explored much of Bhagavad Gita with much to go. I've observed in myself, and I hope in you also, that you have a new, authentic, and deep love for this map. Do you? And this proves exactly what we have all been taught. We first have to learn to love our guide. And what will our guide do? Help us to learn to love our map. And from there, our creator. Keep following and we will love Shri Krishna the way we love ourselves. It is happening. And another thought came to me. Many years from now, when we complete Bhagavad Gita, we'll repeat. Why not? Rinse and repeat, correct? We rinsed ourselves once and we'll repeat. From inspiration to application. We'll debrief on applications soon. I'm just going to give you yours for now. When Sri Vasudeva asks the rishis, how can I know my son, who I refer to as Krishna, but really to know him like you do, as Bhagwan, as God? They share, you have to pay off your debts. One of the debts every one of us is born with is called Pitrarina, the debt we owe to our family, to our lineage. And the rishis share with Shri Vasudeva, how do you pay this debt off? With putra. Putra means, you take this most technically, son. Or, more broadly, child. That is not the implication that is shared here. You cannot live on technicalities in a sacred science. It means to care for the younger generation. Pitrarina is paid off by caring for a younger generation. Your application is every one of you on Instagram, on Facebook, on Zoom, you have to actively register a young adult for our workshop that is coming up on Sunday, February 20th. That's how you care for a younger generation, by exposing them to the guide, to the map. That's your application. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.